Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the month of July, and this is probably one of the more serious months of the year. Well, I guess I can't say that because election time and following that is going to be even more serious. But now is the starting point of a serious divide that's about to take place. And I do think that everything surrounding this court case of Trump, yes, he was indicted, and the sentencing is going to be July 11th. Now, what I think is so important about this date is that the day after, July 12th, Mars is going to enter into Taurus. And when it does, it is going to conjunct Uranus. This means a truly explosive event is due to occur at this time. Now, before I continue on, and boy, I have a lot to say today. Before I continue on, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter where you will get my predictions delivered to your email address. Go to galacticcenter.org, and while you're there, look at my Patreon page. Here is where you can join a spiritual community. I give information and talk individually to you and everyone in this group. So check out my Patreon, as well as my Galactic Planner. We are launching my Galactic Planner, which will take your chart, individual planets from your chart, and give you predictions personally. And this will be sent to your calendar so you can prepare every day according to the stars. So go to galacticplanner.com. First month is free. Try it out, see if you like it. Furthermore, I'm going to start my university semester 1 this summer. So if you've always wanted to learn Vedic astrology, now is the time. So go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Now let's talk more about what am I talking about? Well, Uranus will conjunct Mars, and this is really starting July 12th. And this is incredible because everything I'm seeing here means there's going to be a major disruptive event. And yes, you know, I looked at Trump's chart for this day. It doesn't look good. I'm telling you, the worst case scenario is going to happen. And this is what's going to create an uproar, because never before has the United States been more divided. I mean, if you thought we were divided before, wait and see what's going to happen. The anger that's going to fill the air is going to be astronomical. I mean, it's insurmountable. People are going to be so enraged. And here we got these exact opposite polarities. Let me just take it down to the facts. Okay, so we have the two most polarizing men running for president. And people are divided. People don't know what to believe anymore because both sides are telling you something different. Well, okay, so Trump goes to court for, well, let's just say it didn't look very good, all the facts against him, because what did they do? But they bring him to court and reveal so many terrible things, such as, well, we know Trump is an egomaniac, number one, but number two, that he's associating with prostitutes and porn stars and corrupt lawyers. This doesn't look good. But all at the same time, we have Biden, who's been corrupt, and with his son, lots of corruption has occurred. with the Biden family. We have these two extremes, right? So what do I think is going to happen? Well, as these two fight each other out, blaming and naming all the corruption, it's exposing all the corruption that's been going on in the United States for so long. That's why this is all occurring, because it is a big event that now we see the truth. We see the truth. And what is the truth about all the corruption that's been going on? Let me just say this. The United States claims they have democracy, and they're the ones, this is the country of democracy, right? Okay, well, it's been pretty well proven now that President Kennedy was assassinated by the government, the CIA. Now the truth's all starting to come out. It was all covered up. It was all hidden. And now we know. That's what's important about this time currently, globally. The facts are out there. Everything is being uncovered about the truth and the reality of governments. And let me just say this. So many people come to me and they say, we are living in dark times. And you know what my response is? Yes, we're living in dark times, but we've been living in dark times for so very long. And my response is, look what they did to Kennedy and got away with it. The difference between then and now is we've always been in dark times. There's always been the corruption in our government and the greed. But now we know that's the difference. And it seems like it's darker now, but essentially, it's just that now we see the truth, and that seems so dark. And it is dark, but this is globally, this has been going on in the world, and now it's being exposed. Karma is coming for everyone now. And let me just say, everything that's happening, there has been so many things that have been building. The economy is in serious trouble. The debt is beyond belief. And the United States just keeps printing money. That makes a bigger debt. That makes inflation more serious as the debt rises. And where are we going with this? Let me just say, it is not good. All right, so you need to be aware of this. And I will give some words of hope about all of this. Don't you worry, that's my job. But let me just say, everything needed to be exposed in order for us to see what we need to work on and heal. And that is exactly what's happening right now. We have to go through this tunnel and go through the fire to get to the other side. Yes, it's going to be a better world once all of the corruption, the greed, and everything is exposed. And then there's going to be an awakening. And it's really happening right now. The awakening is now, if I could say that. So everything, and I mean everything, is going to be exposed. And these presidents attacking each other, in their attacks, they expose more and more. And that's exactly what we needed for the truth to come out. And it is clear what the truth is all about. But let me just say, the way that Trump's chart looks, yes, the more the Democrats attack Trump, the more we're going to have people side with him. Why? Because it's going to backfire. Why do I say this? Because I'm looking at President Trump's chart. Oh my God. Around the time of the elections, his chart lights up like a Christmas tree. It's really amazing how all these planets go to his 10th house, and the 10th house is his work, his career, his profession, and that means he rises. Jupiter will be there. Now, another thing is, as the Democrats continually talk about indicting him and being a criminal and all of the above, it's backfiring. But they don't realize it, but it's coming. And what is going to happen is it might even be all set in motion where he is to become the president, and then the economy crashes so that they can blame him. Do you see how everything is happening in a specific way for a specific reason? And we have to be aware of what's coming, because after these elections, and it's all starting in July, the split is enormous and it's serious. So this is what I see coming, and it's all getting ready to take off with insurmountable hate and anger now. And this sentencing, I suspect, will be the worst case scenario. So looking at what else I'm seeing this month, because really, when Mars goes together with Uranus, this is July 12th. Mars being with Uranus, it's going into Taurus, the Pleiades, where there are so many difficult fixed stars. Yes, Mars, when it comes into Taurus, and where Uranus is around 1 degree of Taurus, they're both going to converge together. And this means sudden, unexpected outbursts and turmoil and extremes. And around 2-3 degrees of Taurus is the fixed star Agal, which is the worst, most demonic fixed star in the heavens. And here we have Mars and Uranus. Mars meaning war, fire, anger, attacks. Uranus meaning sudden, unexpected events. And they sit on this star. Agal is said to be the star of beheading. And what it actually means is people lose their head. People are going to be outraged. Wait and see. I know this is a fact. And the worst time, right after Mars enters, July 12th, will be between July 12th and the 17th. And actually, July 15th will be the day that Mars and Uranus are exactly conjunct. And this is definitely unexpected, sudden events that will come of this. Now, another thing is, I also noticed that around July 16th and 17th, the moon will be in Scorpio, and it will be opposing this Mars-Uranus configuration, this conjunction. That means there's going to be the worst angry outburst. So there are going to be major, major blow-ups between July 12th and the 17th. Look out. And meanwhile, all this anger taking place makes the earth shake. The earth, Mother Earth, feels all of this negative, powerful energy. And as I'm saying, the earth shaking, this has to do with earthquakes. And I've been predicting it. Those of you that got my predictions in just last December, my world predictions for the year, by the way, you can still purchase them. I said there would be earthquakes in California this summer. I wasn't sure if it was June, July, or August, but my calculations, I think it's going to happen in July. And in July, The reason why, and I did a whole video on this, on comparing the earthquake that happened in 1906 in California, in San Francisco, as to where the planets are now. And there are so many similarities. And remember, I said something was going to occur with the city that began with San, S-A-N. Wasn't sure if it was San Diego, San Antonio, San Francisco, any of these, San Jose, but San. Be aware. Now let me tell you a little information about why I think it's July. Because there's going to be, Saturn is in Aquarius, Jupiter is in Taurus, and Mars will be in Taurus. These were exactly the placements of the 1906 earthquake in San Francisco. Plus, Uranus is in there. Uranus is the planet that predicts earthquakes. And when you watch that video about the earthquake in San Francisco, you'll see I even had a whole chart of the city of San Francisco and why it was triggered at that time and why I think it could be triggered again this summer. Summer meaning in the northern hemisphere. But I think July, things are getting so heated up. There's so much anger on planet Earth. Expect the Earth to shake. And I think by the calculations, it's going to be in California. But it could be happening all over the world. When there's one earthquake, there's many others. So let me talk about the new moon that happens July 5th. On that day, it's going to be in Gemini. Remember, I am a Vedic sidereal astrologer. I look at the true placements of the planets. So when you think that I'm off by the signs, it's because I'm doing sidereal astrology, which is the true placements. So it's going to be in Gemini. And there's lots of storms and weather when planets are in Gemini. And so every year, pretty much, when the sun, the moon, and all the planets converge in Gemini, there can be some storms, especially when the planets go through the nakshatra called Ardra, which is the howling wind, ruled by the storm god Rudra. But looking at that day of the new moon, Mars and Saturn will be exactly aspecting Mars by its third full 100% in power aspect. So Saturn-Mars, that will be right on that day. They will both be 25 degrees, where Saturn's 25 degrees Aquarius and Mars is 25 degrees of Aries. And Mars being in Aries most of the month of June, and to the date of July 12th, while it's in Aries, Mars is revving up with strength and power and can add more fuel to the fire with anger. But Mars, I think, is going to be so much more worse when it goes into Taurus with Uranus. And then I'm going to be filling you in with the whole cycle of Mars, because it's going to go retrograde soon after the elections. And boy, do I see some powerful, explosive events. So I'll keep you posted, but now is the beginning. So what does Saturn-Mars mean together? A lot of blocks, a lot of obstacles and problems and setbacks that's going to be happening around the time of this new moon. And furthermore, Saturn has just gone retrograde. So it means it's standing still, it's stationing, which makes it more powerful. And as it is stationing in its power, Saturn rules karma. So that's why I keep saying karma is going to be delivered. Don't you worry. Whatever is the law of cause and effect is going to happen. So negative emotions being put out will be returned with negative emotions. So remember, try to be positive and put out good energy, because that's what you'll get back. This is cause and effect. This is karma. But people are all over the world going to be getting their karmic dues. Let me put it that way. So now let me talk about another aspect that's happening this month. Jupiter will be casting its trine to Ketu, the south node of the moon. And this is exact July 9th. And actually Jupiter is casting a trine to Ketu this entire year. But at this time, look out, because this is a spiritualizing aspect. K2 is otherworldly and spirituality. And I am looking at Jupiter expanding that. So all of this is a true awakening. And people are going to be wanting to find spiritual community, spiritual solace, because it's so extreme out there in the world. We need to find our peace. How do we find that? Going within. And this is going to be some revelationary times for people being drawn to their spiritual purpose and finding meaning and truth, because that's what's all being exposed. So we got to accept the truth, because this is what's going to heal the planet. It's been a long time coming, and now it's here. Now let me talk a little bit about the full moon, which happens July 21st. This full moon is going to occur in Capricorn, around 5 degrees of Capricorn, and Pluto sits at 6 degrees of Capricorn. Pluto is the planet of major transformation. And I want to remind everyone, this is the year that we have the Pluto return in the United States chart. So Pluto takes approximately, give or take, around 244 years to go through all 12 signs of the zodiac and return from where it started. And so we have a Pluto return for the United States. It's around 244 years that the inception and the beginning of the United States, when the Declaration of Independence was signed. And the United States was formed on democracy, where people could come and be free, and truth, and all the good things that makes a country great was with the forefathers that signed this document had visions for the United States. And now through all this corruption and all of these things being exposed that actually has been going on forever, now I think with this Pluto return, the United States is going to return to the principles that it was founded on, democracy. And all of this has to come out and be exposed for the United States to return to its place. And it will. But we got to go through hell to get there, because so much of the darkness that has been hidden for so long is finally coming out. What happens? They're going to get more angry and violent and revenge, and all these emotions that deal with revenge and anger are going to explode. And in that explosion, just remember, this is where everything is revealed. And this is exactly what needed to happen in order to heal. Remember, you can't heal anything unless you know what you're trying to heal. And this is where it's all coming out. So one more thing that is really interesting, I think, Pluto return, the United States is going to return to its original principles. But let me just say this. I looked at the United States chart, and I'll do a separate video on this, but I just want to tell you, the United States is in a dasha of 2 planets in the 8th house. It's in Rahu Mercury. And that the 8th house deals with money, big money, corruption, and death. This is a major time of huge events that are about to unfold for the United States. So the United States is in this dasha of these two 8th house planets, Rahu and Mercury, from September of 2023 through March of 2026. Wait and see. This is huge, what's going to occur. And yes, there is going to not only be incredible corruption exposed, but the economy is going to go through a major downward cycle. So get ready, and it's coming. But we have to be prepared for what the future is going to bring us. So, yes, I know that these forces that are controlling things, the wealthiest probably in the world, they have a plan. And everything is happening as they planned so far. But as I always said, the light will prevail. And what's going to happen is things are going to backfire. And an amazing turnaround will happen, but not right away. We've got to go through the darkness to get to the light. And let me just say, here is what you can do. First of all, do not buy into this extreme anger, because not only is it going to affect you physically and hurt your body, but it adds the fuel to the fire. So find your peace. And by finding your peace, the way that I do that is I always look within and I say there is a divine plan. And this divine plan is for the highest good. And everything that's happening now has to occur in order for the exposure and the truth that I've been talking about for so long, that's been dribbling bits by bits coming out. But now it's going to start pouring out. It's going to be a lot more obvious. And what I think is with Mars this whole month going through Taurus, it's going to really intensify everything and what's happening. Truth, corruption, and greed. We will see this in the most extreme. But let me just say, we will, this is inevitable, what's happening. And it is a process. And know that this process is for the highest good of all of humanity. So we have to go through this dark tunnel to get to the other side, expose everything that's been hidden, the corruption and greed throughout all these years. And this is a birthing process. Remember, I've been saying this. But once we go through this and we see the truth, there'll still be those that hang on to the illusion, and that's okay. But this is a healing. And through all of this, we're going to get to the other side and heal our world and make our world and humanity a much better place for future generations. This I promise you. So when you get down and out and you think, oh, the world is in such chaos, it's so terrible, I say, you're lucky you're here on this planet at this pivotal time to see where everything is being exposed and the truth is coming out. What a beautiful thing. The light will prevail and we know it. We just have to go through this. And once we're through it, the world is going to be a better place. Be patient. It has to happen. And I guarantee you, you'll look back and you'll go, oh my God, I can't believe I was part of this revolution, evolution of humankind on planet Earth. So always ask yourself, why is this happening? For the truth to be revealed. And you will feel a sense of peace. So with that, I think I'll close. I'll be filling you in with further details of what to expect. But this July is absolutely the turning point. So keep your calm, keep your cool, go within, and know that the best thing is happening for our planet in order for its further growth and evolution and making it a better world for future generations. So with that, I'll close. If you would like more information on me, a reading, you can always go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. Sign up for my free newsletter, as well as sign up for my Galactic Planner and get your personal predictions. And don't forget, my school's going to start over this summer. And I look forward to seeing you there to learn and study Vedic astrology. So become my student. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com. And if you want to participate in live classes with me every week, go to my Patreon page. So with that, thank you for listening and hang in there. It's going to be intense and a crazy ride. Let's all get through it together. Thank you.